Down Under. I'm Dean James, and I'm here with my current co-host, CrazyMATE. Say hello, mate.
Hello, what is up with current? You mean full-time?
Yeah. But in case you haven't noticed, since the beginning of this channel, my co-hosts have all disappeared and swapped out multiple times.
Yeah, that's true,
I don't want to grow too attached to you, CrazyMATE. I can only assume that you're going to leave eventually, like all the rest.
I will totally break your heart, Dean.
You will, just like Kemosabe broke my heart.
Kemosabe broke everyone's heart.
Yeah, he did. He'll be back, though, I swear. I still have faith that Kemosabe will return. I sent him the link tonight, but I don't think he'll be returning today. But I have been sending him the link all the time. He will be here eventually. But yeah, we're streaming over like Reedy and everything tonight because Reedy's closing out Fiendish, in case you didn't know.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, dead set. We're just. I figured we'd just do this because there's a bunch of things I want to talk about that I can't. Like, these aren't things that I can make a video about, because they're not necessarily comic related, or some of them are just like, a short topic that'll only take us a couple of seconds. But at the same time, these things are worth talking about because some of them are just ridiculous, honestly.
I have no idea what we're about to see.
Yeah, no, you don't. That's half the fun. I never show anybody anything. Like, I never used to show Kemosabe either. That's half the fun of this. But yeah, let's say hello to everyone first because we've got a few people showing up now. G'day, Chris. Good to see you, mate. Hell yeah. Greetings from Laverne, California. Oh, I'm sorry. You live in California. I'm sorry, mate.
Yeah.
California is the butt of a lot of our jokes.
Here's a Aussie. Oi for you, dude.
G'day, Dante. Welcome, mate. Welcome. Kick CrazyMATE. See, I told you, you're not going to be here for long, CrazyMATE. Even the chat is already revolting against you.
Well, that's just Eric Grant. He hates everyone. It's not.
Eric doesn't hate me, do you, Eric? We're buddies. Yeah, temp worker. See, they know the truth. They know the truth. G'day, Scooter Boots. You're new. I've never seen you before. Are you one of my new subscribers? Welcome. Appreciate you being here, mate. This show is a mess in case you're not prepared for it, honestly. ComicsMATE has always been just disgusting.
This is the King of Cringe channel here.
One day Chemo will return with the cigarettes. We hope so. Not only because we want Kemosabe, but I could use a cigarette after all that stress he put me through. Welcome. G'day, our Luniverse. Good to see you. Welcome.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of new names here that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, because people like my videos, I care about this channel and I've been trying to make it into an actual legitimate thing and it's slowly working. I've got 1,122 subscribers now, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
appreciate you guys.
It's like someone told you like a year ago to be doing all this.
I mean, everybody has told me that. Like, you've told me that, Ali's told me that, Caroline has told me that. Like, Kemosabe even used to tell me, "Oh man, you got to make some videos." Well, like Mo has said it in the chat multiple times. So yeah. I just finally got around to doing it, but I wasn't joking. Like, it takes up half my day. I do work during the day, like my actual day job. Then I'll make a video, and if I'm still awake at like 1 a.m, I'll do a bit of drawing because I have books to draw as well. Like, I am swamped lately. It's ridiculous.
Oh, we got B.A. Turner showed up. Hello.
Yeah, g'day, Captain Finity. Eric, I hate everyone, just hate CrazyMATE slightly more. Yeah, that's perfectly reasonable, Eric. I don't blame you at all, mate.
That's fair. It's fair.
Hail, B.A. Turner. He says, hail, jabronis. G'day, Felix. Good to see you, mate.
Hey, Felix.
You've got a wrench here, right, Felix? You need a wrench. You are the king of wrenches.
Yeah, he's got a wrench. Felix is the link master.
Yes, please like and subscribe.
One of the funniest people I've seen a few things he's done, and it's great. He's great.
Yeah. I talk to Felix behind the scenes sometimes, and nobody knows how funny that dude really is. They just think of him as the wrench master, but God, does he have just a twisted sense of humor. For real.
I know. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's the best. G'day, Oz. Good to see you, man. You've been killing it, Dean. Well done. Thanks, mate. Appreciate you. I'm working on another video right now. It won't be out today, though, because I only just started it before, and then CrazyMATE wanted to stream. But there is a bunch of stuff. There's actually something I was going to make a video about. You remember Rachel Zegler? Everybody's favorite piece of shit Hollywood trash that is Rachel Zegler. She's here.
That's my Snow White, dude.
What? She's nobody's Snow White. Fuck you. But But yeah, I was gonna make a video about that because did you see? I'll actually bring it up. We can talk about that first. But did you see that Rachel Zegler won Action Star of the Year?
No, oh, you got what she even star in?
Hunger Games, the one that nobody saw. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
the People's Choice Awards, she won Action Star of the Year over Keanu Reeves as John Wick and over Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. So if you ever needed any more evidence that all award shows, like the Emmys and the Grammys and all of them, yeah, they're all just rigged bullshit. Like, if you're in the right friend group, you get the award sort of thing. This is proof. Like, if you really needed any more evidence, this here is the evidence. Because who the fuck? Not only is Hunger Games Songbird of Snakes or whatever, like, what is this new one even called? Nobody saw it, and you'd be hard pressed to convince me that it's an action movie, honestly, because it's a Hunger Games prequel that doesn't even have the main characters of the original movies in it. And Rachel Zegler just sucks. Like, she fucking sucks,
isn't
honestly.
it about the president who was like a complete psychopath?
Yeah, but except now in the past
Except,
he's like a charming, handsome man who falls in love with this
oh,
chick. Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, awesome. Yeah, big mouth of the year, right? Maybe weird.
That
God.
president definitely deserved Rachel Zegler breaking
Yeah,
his heart.
even if I'm not making a video about this, Rachel Zegler will be featured in future videos of mine because holy crap, I cannot stand her. Like my video from yesterday when I said that Pedro Pascal isn't a deal breaker in Fantastic Four, which he's not. I'm just not convinced of it. Like go watch that and hear my thoughts and then let me know what you think, right? But Rachel Zegler straight up is a deal breaker. If she's in something, I won't be watching it because she is fucking trash. She's like the worst person. She's the worst person since Brie Larson. Like she's so unlikable. It's bizarre. And now they're trying to
Oh,
force her into everything,
to be fair, I like Brie Larson way better than I like Rachel Zegler.
Oh, I mean, sure, but like I don't like Brie Larson at all. I'm just using her as a comparison because she is also extremely unlikable in her interviews. But this chick here is just completely out of touch. It's like no one has ever told her in her entire life that she sucks. It's like all of your ideas are shit. Stop talking. Be quiet in an interview. Just say yes, no, nod, smile, and be polite. Otherwise, you're going to destroy your whole career, it's exactly what she did. She destroyed her whole career, right?
Not yet, but
Well, yeah, she has a really good manager, like the fact that she's
yeah.
still getting movies. But have you seen what they're doing to Snow White? All
Yeah,
those,
they're scrapping their stupid idea to make all the dwarves.
yeah, it's no longer the 7 group of diverse individuals. It's now like little CGI versions of the classic Disney dwarfs, and that's damage control for what she did. And they're also on top of that. See, I didn't make a video about this, but I should have. On top of that, they're refilming an entire chunk of the movie, and they've added in brand new scenes with like a young little girl version of Snow White in some weird attempt to make you sympathize with this older version when she shows up on the screen. So they're cutting her from her own movie basically so that they can include a little kid, Snow White. It's something else, man. Like it's video worthy. I don't care about it enough. I can't stand looking at her, honestly.
Well, from what I understand, though, she doesn't have a Prince Charming in this movie, and she solves her own problems. Right? That's what they need to cut from
Yeah.
the fucking movie.
What our Luniverse is saying, even if the rewards are based upon like what the fans vote for on the internet, no one watched this movie, so how did it get the vote? And that's a very good question, but at the same time, let's say it is based on the actual votes of just the general audience. That shows how little weight we should put behind what the actual what the the normies say because they don't know shit. And the fact that this goes over John Wick and Mission Impossible is absolutely outrageous. I will never treat them seriously after this because this is just I was already out on the Emmys and everything, but now the People's Choice Awards too. They can go fucking right out the window for all I care. Honestly. Are we winning? We are winning, awesome one. You have no idea. 2024 is the year that woke dies. I've said it a million times and I stand by that. By this time in 2025, I'll be making nothing but positive videos because there'll be no more of this fucking crap. You watch. And if not 2025, it'll be 2026 at the latest, I'm telling you.
Also, welcome, awesome one, Rumble Brew and Ryan Cardinal.
Where are they? G'day, Atherline.
Oh, hey, Atherline. Arthur
Oh yeah,
line.
Richard, what are you doing, mate? It's funny they snubbed the dwarf community. Right? How ridiculous is that? If I was a dwarf, I'd be so pissed. Because that is legit, like, that's one of the iconic roles of a dwarf that you go for if you're going to be an actor as a dwarf. They had, what's his name? The old wrestler dwarf. He was going off on TV about that. I just can't
Oh
remember
yeah,
his name right now.
and they
It's on the
they
tip of
did
my
all
tongue. I
this.
just can't remember it.
I don't know his name, but they did all this because Tyrion Lannister had to open his big fat libtard mouth.
Yeah, he wants to be the only like dwarf in Hollywood as far as he, like, you know, it's perfectly fine if he gets a role, but if anybody else gets the role, it's not cool. You know?
Hornswoggle.
Even if she slips down the drain of Hollywood, one quick BJ to the right director, producer, and she's back in. Hey, enough quick BJs and she'll end up vice president of the United States, but that's neither here nor there, right?
Let's introduce her to Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, g'day, awesome one. Good to see you, mate. No, let's not talk about those things. Those things are terrible, crazy man. How dare you? But yeah, this award show, right? Like, it's, you know, I've complained about award shows plenty of times in the past because I just don't believe them. I think it is all a setup, right? But
It definitely is.
it definitely is. But this is so out of left field, you know, like everybody in the comments, even like, we'll have a look, everybody in the comments are just like, wait, what? You know, like, tell me this is a separate category and these two have a shot at winning an award. You know, was there anyone else at the award? Yeah, it's no, this is bizarre. It stands out, you know, because even if you don't like the award shows and you're like, oh yeah, of course that preachy art film won, at the end of the day, you're like, okay, at least it's something good. At least it makes sense that it won. This chick being action star of the year makes no sense at all. Honestly. It's ridiculous.
Oh, dude, movies win all the time that don't deserve it. I remember years back when Black Swan won Picture of the Year, and I had seen Black Swan, and I was like, "This is the biggest load of garbage
Really?
I've
Yeah,
ever."
but that's because the Emmys, they're a real artsy style. You know, like they'll pick movies that are technically films, but they're not. Like, they'll snub horror movies and superhero movies, and, you know, they'll snub the most popular ones all the time.
Oh yeah,
And no, awesome one. I am also 5'11". Don't listen to anything Crazy Mad says. He's just a big fucking giant. Like, don't listen to him.
I
But
didn't even
yeah,
see what he said.
he said he's 5'11". Is he a dwarf?
Yes, you
No,
are.
no, you're not. No, you're not.
You are a tiny little man.
I'm 5'11", and like, I'm just below 6 foot, and that was the first time the world ever actually shit on me. So yeah, don't worry about it.
You too are a tiny little man, Dean.
I will kick your ass, Crazy man. I'll get up on a step stool if I have to. I will smack you in the face. Crazy Mad Woman confirmed. Yeah, exactly. Black Swan was terrible. I've never watched it because it just didn't look like something I cared about. Honestly,
Well,
like, it just didn't look like a good movie. It looked like a film.
It had the Mila Kunis
5'11" squad.
It had the what's her fucking name? Padme Amidala, Natalie Portman, Natalie Portman, Mila Kunis, fucking sex scene in it. That's about the only reason to watch it.
Wait, that's a thing? I might have to go watch that now. See, I didn't know that was even a thing. I'm gonna have to go check.
I mean, it wasn't like a porn. Like, they didn't deep dive into it or nothing.
Well, I'd deep dive into Mila Kunis, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe for Mila Kunis.
Not these
you mean
days.
Live action Perfect Blue? I don't know what Perfect Blue is. Is that an anime, Ryan? I swear. You're lucky Mo's not here right now.
I don't know what Perfect Blue is.
Yeah, he agrees. I think the only reason people liked it was the lesbian sex scene. Yeah. Now that I know that's a thing, I'm gonna have to go and check it out. I never knew that was it. They should have led with that. They should have put that in the advertising, and then maybe it would have made a bit more money. I don't think it was a failure though, right? Like, it made money, but it could have been a $1 billion box office smash.
I mean, it was a Darren Aronofsky film.
It could have been a box office smash if it led with Mila Kunis's box smash scene, honestly.
Actually, it was Natalie Portman's box smash scene.
With Mila Kunis, right?
Yes.
Yeah, sweet. That's fine. I mean, I don't really like Natalie Portman, but she's fine, I guess. Like, whatever.
I don't know. Have you seen that movie,
I have
Your
no
Highness?
strong feelings about her.
Have you seen that movie, Your Highness?
Does that sound like something I've seen before?
Dude, that's like some of the sexiest that Natalie Portman's ever looked.
You are filth crazy, man. You and your misogyny.
I know. It's the male gaze. What do you got?
You want to see something? You want to? I mean, I don't think no. You don't. Do you want to see this? Do you think this is sexy, crazy, mad? I couldn't even say that with a straight face. Did you hear that 2 male subway surfers were caught having sex on top of a moving New York City train while another films them? Is this the sex scene you want to see? I told you I'm going to give you a nightmare tonight, crazy mad. I told you. There's some shit in here. This isn't even the worst. This is just like a clip.
Why do you invite me to this stuff?
You invited yourself. What are you talking about? I invite you. Yeah, I just thought this was like, I mean, look, ignore the fact that it's 2 dudes, right? Imagine the rush of being on top of a moving train.
Yeah,
Fucking
but
wild.
Not with another dude.
Awesome One and Felix are both chucking. G'day, Sumo. You're here just in time, mate.
Hey, Sumo. There's a new sport. It's called train surfing.
Yeah, train surfing, yeah. Oh, we're just getting started, Luna. I told you, this stream is a mess, and it has been since the start. You wait until we get to the next thing. We've got dudes dressed like women, a beast of a thing threatening to murder us all. There's a great stuff on here. We got, this weird thing. I don't know what the hell this is. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a weird kangaroo person thing. We'll show you that in a second, too. I'm sorry, Felix. I didn't mean to make you cry.
You don't know how much I want this train to go through a low tunnel.
Right? Just knock them straight off the top of the train. I should have just backed out of the train. You should have, but you've said hello now, so it's too late, Sumo. We know you're here. If you leave, we'll notice.
Oh, hey, Skip Edwards.
Oh, hey, Skip. Welcome. Run a train on top of a train. Yeah, exactly. Run a train on top of a train, Oz. Well said. Yeah, Skip Edwards, hello. Good to see you. Are you still streaming, Skip? Are you like sniping this channel?
Welcome back to the stream world, Skip.
Yes, yeah, I noticed you were streaming. Jason sent me a link, but I was like driving at the time, so I missed it. It ended before I got there. But then I saw that it was internet problems, so I don't blame you. Unfortunately. But yeah, this is a thing, and now, like, because I saw it, now you did too. So you're welcome.
That's not true, Skip. I literally was like, hey, Skip Edwards is streaming. He's like, let's go live over top of this motherfucker.
That does sound like something Skip would say. Justice for Sumo. No, Sumo's stuck here now. He's not allowed to leave. Sumo, you have to sit here the entire stream, all right? If you don't say something at the very end of this stream, I'm going to be shattered. Absolutely shattered. Felix says justice for our eyes, yeah. Train surfing is real, especially in South Africa, but it had less humping. Yeah. I would assume so. I'm surprised these guys did it, but they didn't get away with it, right? Like, I'm assuming that they got caught red-handed because of this news article and everything like that. I didn't read the news article. I just saw that picture, and I thought it was funny. But yeah. Well, Mr. Burger? I didn't know Mr. Burger even streamed. Those must be weird streams, honestly. The news isn't the sex on top of the train. It's that someone's crazy enough to film it, right? Don't you dare, Skip. If you try to steal any of my viewers, I will be over there so fast. You watch. I'll mess your shit up, Skip.
I saw a short earlier. That's what he's talking about.
Hey, I don't care what you say. That shotgun game stream was great. That was a great, like, I actually really enjoyed that stream. And if everyone didn't get bored of it, I would have played it for the rest of the night. Honestly, it was great. Do you remember that game?
Yeah.
What was it called? I can't remember.
I don't remember, but it was
Buckshot Roulette.
Yeah,
Buckshot Roulette. Yeah.
Russian roulette that we just kept playing over and over.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good point. They probably did just get a parade or something when they got down there. You know, everybody clapped as soon as they got off of the train. Yeah, skip back to his redrawing ways. Yeah, exactly. This dude's never going to release a single comic book, Sumo. He's been like halfway through one and just scrapped it, and he'll do the same to this one. That's why I don't bother paying attention anymore.
Well,
when he's actually selling a book, that's when I'll pay attention. No, it's the book he's working on now is a completely different story than the script that I read and Bancroft refused to read months and months back.
Well, it turns out Bancroft made the right decision, right?
Yeah, I wasted my time reading his script and giving him like my thoughts and everything, which it was cool. It had a neat twist. But as I said to him back then, it was like it would have made a better like TV series or a movie or something because there wasn't enough action in it. So hopefully this new Magic one has action in it. But we'll see.
Well, what Skip did is he put out a short of him drawing this page.
Yeah.
And I commented on it. And I was like, I can't wait till you redraw it. That's what he's talking about. Me shitting on his art, which his art's cool. I like. Skip.
Oh yeah. I remember that. He said that he was saying things like, you know, he was talking about all the criticism he got for his artwork, and he's like, someone compared my thing to a cartoon, and I was like, oh shit, that was me. I didn't mean it like that, man. Like I didn't mean it in a bad way, I swear. Yeah, what? Dean, you know why I scrapped that book. I do know why you scrapped that book. It's because Bancroft didn't read your script, right? Is that why? But anyway, what do you want to see next, guys? Because I've got some X-Men stuff here. This is actually what my next video was about, but I just figured we'd feature this one here because it would make me laugh. But then I've got, do you want to get threatened by a giant trans beast thing? Honestly, like, I'm not, like, I don't give a shit. You know, I work with a trans person, so I don't care as long as they're, like, normal people. I'm not calling this dude a woman. Like, check this shit out. This dude's going to threaten you, okay?
It's ma'am.
It's ma'am. Yeah, no. Listen to this, though. He wants to start a fight with you.
I'm a 40-year-old transgender lesbian. I dare you to try and stop me from going into a women's bathroom. This is a call to action. You need to arm up. Plain and simple. The time to act is now. I do not fear Christians. I do not fear conservatives. I do not fear evangelicals. And I do not fear Republicans. You're going to know what fear actually feels like. There are lots of people like me who are not afraid to die. You've been warned. I'm a 40-year-old transgender lesbian.
Now, where do you want to start with this, man? Because, like, if Kemosabe was here, he would have so much to say, right? But this dude talking about how he's not afraid to die. First of all, I'm not surprised in the slightest, man. Like, you look like you want to die, and if I looked like that, I would want to die too. G'day, Mo. Good to see you, man. Welcome.
Hey, Admiral Wackass.
Crazy Mad was just saying this morning that he hasn't seen you in ages, so...
I miss Mo Biggs.
Mo. I told you Mo's around.
His witty
G'day, Wackass. Good to see you, man. You fear no one. That's good. That's a good way to be.
I'll tell you what. If I had a daughter and she walked into the restroom and this motherfucker tries to walk in after her, I'm going to knock him the fuck out.
Oh, yeah. He's like, you better strap up. You better arm yourself. And it's like, motherfucker, the people that are going to have a problem with you probably are already armed. And yeah, what Ryan's saying here, 40-year-old trans lesbian. So just a straight dude who's wearing a dress, you know, like this is one of those guys that I think it's a fetish. You know, like I think he just wants to, you know, like making people uncomfortable. He's even asking for a fight in this video. He's one of those dudes that just like, you know, you're one of the ones that make the rest of the trans community look bad, bro. Like this is why people don't like you all, is because you act like this and you look like this. Seriously, what the fuck?
This is one of these guys that wants to go to female jail.
Yeah, exactly. So like that one dude. Do you remember that one dude we spoke about when it was Kemosabe still on the channel? And he like knocked up 3 different female prisoners and then was still like left in the female prison. It's that shit. It's that crazy shit all over again. Yeah. Predator. Exactly right. And this is why I'll never, like, I don't give a fuck. I will never deal with this shit. You know, like the LGB without the T have my full support. They are awesome. But all this LGBT like woke bullshit, like fuck all of these dickheads. I don't care. Like, sorry to the normal ones, but dickheads like this are ruining it for the rest of yous. For real. But yeah, you reckon you can take me in a fight, Chris match?
I'm pretty sure that I could destroy any dude that thinks he's a girl.
Yeah, no doubt.
There's something.
I'm gonna save the X-Men stuff till last. But yeah, there's definitely not so like this. Like, look at this. Like, I would never mistake this from a woman, even from far away. You know, like you'd be like, holy shit, that's a big fucking dude coming my way. Like, no fucking way.
This is the X-them stuff.
Huh. I don't know what's worse, this or the Subway story. Wait until we get to the next one, man. The next thing I'm featuring, is I'll actually take this off the screen because fuck this disgusting monster. But we'll put up this next one here, yeah. Watch this. So
far we've seen 2 dudes having sex on top of a train and a crazy bearded lady.
Yeah, no, Skip, that wasn't a chick, man. Get your eyes checked. I know you wear glasses, but holy shit, bro, you might need bigger ones. Seriously. But yeah, what's this say? That their deviation in sexuality is like their nationality for them. Yeah, you're exactly right. That's the biggest problem with, like, that's my biggest problem with them, at least, is that it becomes everything about them. It's their whole personality and everything, which is just fucking ridiculous. Honestly, like that, could you be any more dull? Could you be any less interesting to anybody? Oh, no, look, I'm non-binary. Shut the fuck up. No, you're not. Fuck it, it's so annoying. And I'm going to get my channel deleted before I ever get to 10,000, you watch.
Oh, yeah, we're getting struck.
Worth it. That's the thing, though. I said that in my other video. Like, I'll always be honest. Like, I'm just a dude sharing his opinions. You know? I am not Oz. I am not.
If I get your channel struck, I'm only kind of sorry.
Yeah, exactly. We'll go from the revitalized corpse of Dean James to the ghost of Dean James Part 2. That's exactly right. Yeah, you don't affirm mental illness. Exactly. I said that in my X-Men video, and that video got me so many subscribers too. It's my best, like my most viewed video, my most popular video, and no matter how hard they try, they're not, like, I'm not getting ratioed either. There's like twice as many likes as there is dislikes, right? Like, this is how people feel about it. Like, you don't affirm mental illness. You know, it's fine if you're just a gay dude or whatever. Sure, go right ahead, man. You suck that dick. But when it comes to these like non-binary trans lesbians and shit like that, like, you're just making shit up so that you can be a creep and you can feel special as you make other people feel uncomfortable. And I'm sick of it. Most people are sick of it. Honestly, most people are sick of it.
But yeah, why can't we just go back to the days of weirdo emo goth kids?
Yeah, I miss emo girls. Shout out to emo girls. Like, all of my high school girlfriends were emo girls, honestly. It was like, except one. Legit, every one of them.
You poor son of a bitch.
Emo girls were fucking babes. You shut your mouth. But anyway, what do you think of this emo girl?
Is that a girl?
No, it's not.
It's hard to tell these days.
You want to hear what this bitch has to say, though? This was nearly my opening song, but that other one was just a bit more catchy. But listen to, honestly, this is the shit that
before you hit play, I don't want to hear what this bitch has to say.
You do, though. This is one of those things that this cunt must have known what they were doing, because it's straight up nothing but ammunition for like anyone on the other side of their bullshit. Because this is, are you going to have to mute the stream? No, it's catchy. I swear it's catchy. I wouldn't share it if it wasn't catchy, Eric. You don't have to mute the stream at all. But yeah, emo girls do equal crazy. That is true, Oz. But they suck mad dick, not going to lie. But yeah, let's seriously listen to this shit, though. Because this is like, do you remember when the San Francisco choir, the gay choir, sang "We're coming for your children"?
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, this is just like that. It's catchy like HIV, says Mo. It's just like that, except it's trans women coming for women. And this cunt's singing about how he's going to take all the femininity and shit. Listen to this. He's so proud of himself.
Is what I like to do. I gather up the womanhood and steal it off of you. And when I'm burgling womanhood, I like to wear a dress. For every padded bra I own, you'll own one bra less. Being a girl's my dirty kink, oh say my lady name. I wear heels for the fetish and I get off on the pain. I do it for the fun of it, ain't for the loo and miss. Hiding in the cubicles to hear the real girls piss. Sing with me! Appropriating womanhood is what I like to do. I gather up the womanhood and steal it off of you. And by the time I finish, there'll be no womanhood left. You'll have to grow a beard and call yourself a man instead. You say I'll always be a man, that don't make sense at all. Because when men act feminine, you tell them to grow balls. So I am not a real man and not a real girl. I wonder if I'm real at all. Is this a simulated world? Appropriating womanhood is what I like to do. I'll gather up the womanhood and steal it off of you.
Now, talk about... Hold on, can you hear me? Yeah, I'm unmuted. Talk about saying the quiet part out loud, right? Like this dude, people in the chat were fucking for real then. Seems Dean cut out. It's choppy. Oh no, what happened?
Oh, I heard the whole thing. I didn't see a problem
Good.
with it.
Yeah, good. I didn't see it. I didn't see that. No, I do not like this, Sumo. I just like messing with you guys. I've made that clear from the start.
You could tell that's not a woman as soon as he opened his mouth.
Yeah. He sounds like a dude. He looks like a crazy person, but he's saying the quiet part out loud. You know, like, and that, like, shut up, bro. You ain't fooling anybody with that shit. Shut the fuck up.
The Wachowski brothers, sisters, like, ruin everything.
What happened to them? Although, I have a mad theory about the Matrix. Have I ever told you my theory about the Matrix, whatever the newest one was called? Remember that one they made like last year?
Yeah.
Have I ever told you my theory about that?
Nope. Go ahead.
All right. Well, you know how in the movie they like, if you pay attention, like, go watch it again, right, and you'll be able to pick up all the pieces, because I can't remember it all right now. It's been that long since I watched it. But there's a lot of signs in that movie that are like a cry for help, and it feels like one of the Wachowski brothers is like screaming to be saved and like doesn't want to be involved in all this trans shit. And go and check, like, next time you watch it, go and check this out.
I am totally never watching that movie ever again. Ever?
Now I have to leave for work with this in my head. You are most welcome, Scooter.
I am never
watching The Matrix. Exactly. The Matrix is a movie. But yeah, I'm telling you, the fourth one, like whatever it was called, I honestly can't remember what it was called. That's how forgettable that movie is. But it was like a cry for help. Yeah. And if you go into it thinking that one of the Wachowski brothers doesn't want to be this way, okay? Watch the movie and look for the signs, and you will see them. I swear, there's countless. I just, it's been that long. Like, I featured it when it first came out, and that's what I was talking about. But it honestly seems like a cry for help from one of the Wachowski brothers.
I definitely
who
think
are now
they have
Wachowski sisters.
I definitely think they have buyer's remorse. Like, why
Buyer's remorse? Buyer's remorse.
Like, why
what a way to refer to it.
I mean, you have to pay umpteen hundreds of thousands of dollars to get the full fucking go from man to woman.
There was only one Matrix movie. This is true, Sumo. Good call. Yeah, you're right. Are we talking about those other ones that definitely didn't come out? Just like how there was only one Pacific Rim movie and there's not a second one.
There was a Pacific Rim movie?
You ever seen Pacific Rim? Man, I've legit got all these, you know how they tell you to make videos that are like evergreen and that will be viewed for years to come, right? I have this video about Pacific Rim that I want to make, but I've just got to, I've got to get around to doing it one day. Yeah, Pacific Rim is the perfect movie. It's the only movie in existence to give you exactly what you asked for. Like, they told you, they're like, here's a movie about giant monsters and giant robots fighting in the streets. And you're like, okay, cool. And you go into it and, you expect, like, they tell me it's about that, but the movie will actually be about the human characters, like in Godzilla and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, nah. Pacific Rim is just straight up everything the humans do, everything and like it's mostly robots and monsters and shit. That movie gives you, it's the only movie to never lie to you in the advertising. It's about giant robots and giant monsters fighting, and that's exactly what you get. It is brilliant, honestly.
I do not understand how we're such good friends that we are, because I hate everything that you love, and you hate everything that I love.
You harass me constantly, and you have terrible taste in movies and TV shows. That's why.
You just hate everything I love, and I hate everything you love.
I watched Pacific Rim once and thought it was okay. Never watched the sequel. Yeah, don't watch the sequel. The sequel is such a downgrade, man. Like, Guillermo del Toro didn't even return to direct it, so just don't even waste your time. We pretend that movie never even happened, honestly.
Now me and Mo Biggs,
it's badass. Exactly, Chris.
Me and Mo Biggs, we agree on like 90% of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always.
I don't think that's true. Does Mo Biggs know how much anime you've watched, Crazy Man?
No, he does not. And I do not tell him because we're good buddies like that.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Our Lunaverse says, do trans people even acknowledge that if you're born a man and have too much estrogen, you're going to die early and have some severe health problems and vice versa? No, they definitely do not. In fact, that makes you a bigot. You're not even allowed to mention these things. I've gone over this stuff millions of times on Twitter, and they just, nah. Like, they'll call you a liar and a bigot and a transphobe, even though you're clearly not afraid of them. But, like, they will just all of the names under the sun. And then that, like, that's the end of it. Like, it does not matter how many facts you throw out at these people. They just lose their shit, and then they call you a Nazi or something. Like, you have probably seen my comments. They're full of people that think Twitter is real life, and they're calling me a Nazi, an istophobe of any kind. Like, they're just, some of them say the most ridiculous shit, and you go, really? Like, I'm not the fan of this thing, but you are, and you're saying that? You don't know what you're fucking talking about. Someone tried to tell me that the X-Men were based off of Malcolm X and everything, which, hold on, can be true in certain stories. They wrote them to be metaphorical of people like that, but the X-Men were around before any of that stuff happened. So you can't say the X-Men were based off of these people who came after the X-Men. It's fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
And Mo Biggs,
I'm not the fan though.
Mo Biggs, don't listen to him. I hated every second of all the anime I've watched.
No, don't listen. Do you know what he's doing right now, Mo? He's watching One Piece for no reason. He's just watching One Piece. And he was like, you should watch it. And I'm like, I'm not watching it. There's no fucking way. I hate it. And he's like, no, you should watch it. I said, I'll watch the live action one. And he's like,
that's what I told you to watch.
You're up to 1,000. What were you up to? You're up to episode 1025 or something. Isn't that right, Crazy Man? Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah, but it went to subs, and I can't stand subs. Like, the Japanese people, they all sound like they're screaming at me.
Yeah, well, hey, no, look, I'll stand by the live action One Piece. Yeah, that was a good show. Like, I gave that a go, and I actually really enjoyed it. But I can't handle the anime of it. I just like it. The animation looks so bad, for real. If you want good animation, go watch Demon Slayer. Yeah, sorry, Oz.
Demon Slayer's first season was good, but I didn't like season 2.
Man, did you watch that clip I sent you? Did you watch that clip I sent you?
Go
watch it, like, right now. It only takes like a minute. It's literally the best animation you'll ever see in anything.
I don't trust when you send me stuff.
You want to read this comment?
You don't remember when Wolverine told Jean Grey, "Assalamu alaikum"?
No, I can't say I do, whack-ass. Can't say I do. No, dubs over subs. I'm here to see the animation and listen to words I understand, not read, Oz. Yeah. I don't read. Reading is for nerds, says the comic book writer and artist.
And why does every Japanese guy sound like he's just screaming bloody murder at you? Like he's angry for no reason.
Because they're little. I'd be angry too if I was that little.
That's true. American have some big penis.
Yeah. Fight me. Fight me, Oz. Australian style. Can we stop talking about Animu? I want Mo to stay for the rest of the stream. That is a good point. We will stop talking about Animu. Maybe fans of subs like the way the subs distract them from the 4 frames per second animation. It's 2 frames per second in certain things, Mo. For real. They got to do everything they can to save money. Alice in Borderland. Oh yeah, I've got to watch that. I've watched like some of that. That was actually really good.
Hey, Buddha Bear.
Yeah, good to see you, man. But yeah, we've got one more thing here before we talk about X-Men at the end of this. But you want to see this weird thing? Like, this is super weird. Honestly. Super, super weird. It's an art piece, right? Some of you guys might have seen it, right? It's this art piece that this artist chick sculpted. It's a big human-sized statue. All right, she sculpted it, and it's apparently the perfect human being. It's what we're all going to evolve into eventually. Do you want to see what this looks like? Can you imagine what it looks like?
I don't want to see it. Yeah. I can only imagine. Go on.
I will kill you, Richard. I played basketball. I am not little, okay? This is bullshit. But yeah, okay, check this out.
Muggsy Bogues played basketball too, and he was like 5'4", dude.
Yeah, no, I'm way bigger than that, dude, right? Like, I wasn't even the shortest on my team, okay? I wasn't Charles Barkley or anything like that. Relax. Yeah, here you go. This is the perfect human being, and this is what we're going to evolve into by the year 5000 or some shit, okay? Like, let me read the thing, and then you can talk about it, because that's what we're looking at. Evolutionary biologist Alice Roberts, that's her there, the redhead. She made it look like her, too, in a weird way. Can you see that? She made it look as much like her as she could.
Yeah.
But anyway, human body, inspired by dogs, cats, cephalopods, fish, swans, and chimps. Better heart with more arteries, better lungs, eyes sans blind spots. So apparently they don't have a blind spot with the design of it, I guess. Better ears, more efficient legs, reptilian skin, which reacts fast to block damaging UV rays, because you got to remember, global warming and all that. But wait, they don't call it global warming anymore, do they? They did call it global warming, but then we had the coldest winter on record, and they're like, oh, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. It's
I call it the natural cycle of the Earth.
Yeah, I call it leftist propaganda, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, this is how lizard people are made. Yeah, exactly. Literally just took parts from every animal and smashed them together without any regard to how they work together. That's exactly right.
And why is there a baby head coming out of the stomach?
Because it has a pouch like a kangaroo, and that's where we will keep our babies. That's how it works. Yeah, this is a horrible, horrible monster. It's non-binary weather, says Mo. Yeah, Sumo. A lot of people in the comments compared it to a kangaroo, yeah? Yeah, but it's just, apparently, according to this biologist, this is what we're going to evolve into eventually, Like, it has like a scaly lizard-like skin. It only has 3 fingers, like 4 if you count the thumb, but it only has 3 fingers on each hand and 3 big, like, bird-like dinosaur toes, essentially.
Sumo Thori brings up a good question.
This is the thing. Why doesn't it have tits?
Yeah.
Because gender is a construct? I don't know. I honestly don't know, man. That is a waste too. If you're gonna make the perfect human, she's gonna have some big titties. That's who the perfect human is. Yeah,
I agree.
But yeah, this is the thing. This is the thing that I wanted to show you before we talk about X-Men. I mean, is this an X-Men? Maybe this is the X-Men portion of the video.
This looks like a fucking half elf, half fucking orc thing. Dude.
It does. It looks like it reminds me of the puppets from like the Labyrinth and things like that.
Yeah.
Its face reminds me of them.
Really?
Yeah, because it's got big eyes and big ears, stuff like that. Damn, Felix just roasted it all the way back to Homo erectus. She's not a biologist. She's not even a man. Brilliant, Felix. Brilliant. You might have just won best comment of the night so far. That's amazing. Ew, Richard, why? Where is Nimrod when you need him? But yeah, this is like, it's honestly, it reminds me of those like weird puppet things. Like, it doesn't even look human. Hold on, I'll open the image in a new tab so we can get a closer look. But like, it doesn't even, like, apparently this is the perfect human, but I just don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
Oh, that's as close as it's going to zoom in. But whatever. Like, it's a gross monstrosity, and I hate it. So thanks, lady.
The old new human.
Alice Roberts.
It has 5 different holes that you can sleep with.
Holy shit. Like that joke about, I'll get all your holes, and it's like, even my ears? And it's like, yes, even your ears.
Yes, now you can bang their ears.
Now you can, yeah.
Ear play, pouch play.
I hate it. I honestly hate everything about it. And I'm not going to lie, like, I hope that's not what we have. Like, if my great-great-great-grandkids look like that, I'm going to be so fucking pissed. I'm going to be Ghost Dean all up in heaven yelling and shit. But either way.
I feel like just your regular kids are going to look like that.
Go fuck yourself. You'd try to bang that pouch crazy. See, Sumo knows. I don't even need to say it. The chat knows what you're like. You can fix her, crazy man. You can fix her.
I will totally fix her.
You've said this too many times. Now it's just what they assume you're going to say. The car crash survivable human. I didn't see that one. Should I look that up? I might look that up later.
Car crash survivable human. I'm interested to see that.
Ass to pouch.
Going to ATP, man.
ATP, bro. ATP.
ATPTM.
I wonder, like, because that thing was more female looking. I wonder if the males look different or if it's all just we all just look like that now.
Mo says she looks like Shin with red hair. It's true.
Ha! True. True.
That joke only works with arrogant ape here, though.
ATP is better than ATM. Yep.
No, Oz. ATPTM. We're doing all three.
Ass to pouch to mouth. Oh, you reckon? Because like kangaroos have like slime in their pouches. It'd be like a big giant nostril is what's in a kangaroo's pouch. It's all slimy. So if you go ATPTM, do you think it's salty?
It's a little bitter. I bet it's a little bitter.
It probably is. Yeah, it probably is. I swear if Rob tries to steal it. Where is Arrogant Abe? I don't know. I've seen him on Twitter, but nowhere else lately. I think he was in Jeremy's chat earlier on like when Aldous was doing the gutter. But I don't see Ape often. Where is Ape? Like on YouTube?
He's not on YouTube. I've been trying.
Well,
I've been trying. He's resistant to my charm.
When is the reaction to X-Men 97 live? Oh, that's as soon as it comes out. I'm definitely covering that. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm going to cover the shit out of that because, like, I am, I sound like a bit of an idiot, but I am legit an X-Men expert. Like, I've read so much X-Men. I know characters that other people are just like, oh, I kind of remember that person. I know everything about that guy. I was one of the only people to actually turn around and say, hey, that's like Morph has a real name and he's clearly a dude. Everyone was referring to him as Morph. And I'm like, Kevin Sidney, I think it was. Can't remember now. But like I had it all in front of me and I was like, yeah, I have the books where he like talks about it. And I know he's an original character from the animation and shit like that. Like I have all of this. So I'm going to cover it all. Don't worry. But these people are... X-Men's the worst one because it does... Like it was so easy to squash X-Men into the shoe of like LGBT bullshit. And so X-Men was the worst one because people like, oh, no, it doesn't mean that. It means this. But they had a hard time describing like what it actually was and how it's not this. And then people will bring up comics. Like the fucking dickheads in my comment section were bringing up comics from 2021. And it's like, yeah, that was well after all these fucking activist freaks invaded the industry. So of course that was happening in the comics then, which is half of what my video is about tomorrow. And it's actually what this last thing is about here too. Like I'll pull it up. Right? This here. Can you see this? Have you seen what X-Men's next biggest event is? If you tried it does make... No, it doesn't, Oz. It does not. All the males are jacked like kangaroos, yeah.
What the fuck are we looking at here?
This is the next... Oh, this is coming out just in time for June, which is my birthday month, and it's apparently Pride Month still, corporate-sponsored love month. But they're doing a lesbian wedding between Mystique and whoever the other character was. I can't remember now. I'm running out of idea. It says it there on the screen, and I can't read it, so I can't tell you. It's Destiny. It's Destiny.
Right? I don't even know who Destiny is.
Destiny's a character they invented to be a gay representation character, much like Dreamer in the DC universe, right?
Yeah.
But my main problem with this whole thing is, can we stop treating Mystique like she's not a absolute piece of shit villain? Like she's one of the worst villains that they have in the X-Men, but over the recent years they've tried to make her sympathetic and eventually turn her into a hero. But honestly, this is garbage. And like we are the days of Jim Lee and even what's his name, Joe Mad, and a bunch of like the days of the good artists and the great compelling stories with all the superheroes and the badasses in it and stuff are long gone.
Remember when she used to wear a skull on her belt?
Yeah, I do remember that. And this is all because of that Tom Brevoort dude. Do you know who Tom Brevoort is?
I've heard the name, but I don't.
Yeah, he's worked in comics for a very long time, right? But over the years, he has become one of those male feminist woke dickheads, right? And he is the editor-in-chief, like, well, not the actual big, editor-in-chief, but he's the guy who's in charge of all of the X-Men and has been for about a decade now. Yeah, so all of the problems with X-Men, everything from Mystique having a baby with this chick and being Nightcrawler's father, that doesn't make any fucking sense at all, does it? But she's Nightcrawler's father.
That's the most retarded thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. What Oz just said, I was about to say that too, yeah? The fact that they made Oz, Nightcrawler, no longer religious. Like, I was never religious, don't get me wrong, but it was a big part of Nightcrawler's whole thing. He went from being this, like, clown, this joker who was making fun of everything and having a laugh and everything, to, like, but he was always depressed because he was, like, he looked like a goddamn demon, so people hated him, and he was treated like shit just in the real world. But then they went from that, and then he finds God and he goes and lives in a church and becomes a priest and everything. That was his character growth. Now he's just rejected it all. He's like, there is no God, blah blah blah. And it's like, that is such a disrespect, like such a deviation from who Nightcrawler became.
To be fair, it's outrageous. If you found out that your mom was really your dad, I'd fucking reject God too.
Yeah, there is no God after that. But yeah, is Mystique the Harley Quinn of Marvel? Yeah, very much so, Eric. Like, they've been pushing her into heroic roles, despite the fact that she was an assassin and everything. Like, she's killed so many people. She's killed more people than Harley Quinn has, and yet they've turned her into like a good guy, a hero. And yeah, modern Marvel, it's shit. Exactly right. You can't even. There's no two ways around it. Modern Marvel is absolute crap. I've been like, I stopped buying comics for a long time, yeah, but I kept downloading them from getcomics.info if anybody wants some free comic books to check out. But these days, I always check them out online before I ever actually buy them, and then I only go and buy the things I actually like. The only thing I bought, House of X, ages ago when that came out. That was enjoyable. Brian Hickman's good stuff. Yeah. But since then, it's been absolutely nothing for ages. And now it's Ultimate Spider-Man issue 1 and 2. Ultimate Spider-Man issue 1 and 2, highly recommend them. They're both great books. And like, I'm gonna be following that series. It's actually really good. It feels like the Spider-Man that you like, everyone's been complaining that, like, he's not really there. It feels like Spider-Man that we've been missing over this last few years is this Ultimate Spider-Man series. It's genuinely good. Go check it out. And g'day, Clayton. Good to see you, man.
Hey, Clayton.
Yeah. If superhero films are dead, then why so many shows? And the video game shows, final, got it somewhat right now. Back to the crap game movies. Yeah, no. That's the thing, right? Like, I don't think it's superhero fatigue. Like, I think that, because movies like Spider-Man and Batman and Superman and things, they always do good. So I don't think it's superhero fatigue. I think it's just bad movie fatigue. Yeah, like, I was never, even if they had made it really good, I would have never gone and seen Captain Marvel in the cinemas because I don't really care about that character. But then on top of all that, they made her a feminist piece of shit and she was extremely unlikable and things like that. But, movies like Spider-Man, I will go see in the cinemas. And that's how the general audience sees it as well. So I really don't think that superhero movies are dead. I just think that people are sick of shit ones. Like when they make another Spider-Man movie, watch it make $1 billion just like every other one. Like, watch it make heaps of money.
We haven't gotten anything nearly as good as like an Iron Man 1, a Winter Soldier, a Guardians of the Galaxy in a while. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a long time. And not to mention, everything since Infinity War and Endgame has been pretty crap, which coincidentally, I mean, I don't think it's really a coincidence, but that's when Disney took over because everything was planned out up until Endgame. And then after that, that's when Disney writers and everything like that came in and started working on things. And so everything in Phase 4 has been absolutely crap. It's just been terrible. All the shows have been dog shit. There ain't one of them that's worth a shit. The only one I've heard anyone say anything good about is Loki.
Yeah, I didn't like Loki at all. Like, I straight up did not like it. It was a bait and switch with that female Loki chick. Like, it was literally just a bait and switch.
I am with you. I didn't like Loki at all either.
Yeah, no. And Dean considers himself a true Spider-Man fan, but didn't go see Madam Web on opening night. How do you know I didn't go see Madam Web, Mo? I might be making a Madam Web video right now too. Also, no, I didn't though. I really didn't. But Madam Web is just crap. For real. Like, I was even like, that character that you got in that movie is not Madam Web in any way. Like, I liked Madam Web in, like, the Spider-Verse and stuff like that when you see her and she's a creepy old lady sitting on the web of, Destiny and all that. Like, that's really cool. but that's not the character in those movies, and you can't convince me it is. You know, there's no bullshit, like for real. But Odin went and saw that movie, and he told me all about it, and he said it really is the worst thing ever. There's Peruvian spider people. Did you know that? There's a secret society of Peruvian spider people.
I am not surprised that Odin went and saw that.
Odin goes and sees everything. The man is addicted to going to the cinema. It doesn't matter what it is. He just goes to the theater all the time and watches things. But for real, I'm like, I won't even watch that when it comes out. Like for real, it made me want to go watch Morbius. I'm not even joking. Dude,
they could save the MCU, but they need to do things right. They need Deadpool. They need Blade. They need Ghost Rider. They need Punisher. They need all the great characters.
Yeah, how are they not? Like, this is a character that only comic book fans know about, but what about Darkhawk? That dude, like, deserves some love and is a cult classic character. If they made a movie about him, I'm sure it would expand his popularity. Honestly, I want a good Silver Surfer, and everybody knows that I've been like screaming for Ghost Rider for God knows how long now. Like, I don't even care which one. Pick any Ghost Rider. Pick one random. I don't care. I just like Ghost Rider.
Nick Cage.
You know, so like, yeah, I like that movie. Fuck you. For real, I love Ghost Rider. I was like 10 when that movie came out, and it was great.
It wasn't great.
It was great.
It definitely was not great.
Mo Big says, before Disney, all we got were classics like Iron Man 3 and Thor 2. I'm not going to defend Iron Man 3, but I will defend Thor 2. I like Thor 2. Thor 2 had some great costume design and set design and stuff like that. Like, Asgard looked very Game of Thrones in that, which, you know, arguably isn't a good thing. But at the same time, it looked badass. You know, you can't argue with that.
I'm with you, Mo Biggs. Thor 2 sucked.
How about Mexican Ghost Rider with the car instead of the bike? I'll take it. Honestly, I don't care. I would take that. It's not the one I would want the most. Like, that's definitely my least preferred one, but I would still take it. Like, I've got those comics. I've got the first appearance of that character and everything. I just can't remember his name right now. But yeah. Buddha Bear says, I actually think Kevin was hungry for power, so he made great decisions to get there. Then the hunger that made him good faded when he got more and more power. Maybe, probably.
Maybe. I mean,
can't argue with that.
Sounds legit.
Nick Cage is always great. You're damn right he is. He is a goddamn icon. He's a treasure, a national treasure. Crazy Matt does have notoriously bad taste in films. This is true.
That is false.
Are we still gay over here? I mean, we're not, but everything we're featuring is.
Yeah, we're featuring right now lesbian Mystique.
Yeah. Back on topic, right? Sorry. But yeah, Tom Brevoort, the editor-in-chief, the guy who's in charge of all of X-Men, yeah. This is actually what my next video is about. There was a leak from inside of Marvel, and apparently if you're working on X-Men right now, that is the place where everybody is shitting themselves and thinking that they're going to be out of work because of what Tom Brevoort has done with the X-Men over the last decade. Like, this is where you get sent by Marvel. If you're on your last legs and you're about to be fired, you get sent to work on X-Men. And they all know it now. And there's a whole article and a bunch of stuff. That's what my next video is about. I'll be I'll be reading all that, you know, in a couple of days. It'll take me a couple of days to make this video. It's going to be a long one. But it's no fucking wonder when all they do is this. Isn't this like the third wedding they've had in the last few years? You know, like they keep doing this shit.
Yeah, like no one wants to see gay gala stuff. No one wants
the
to see
Hellfire Gala was trash. I had one person in my comments say it was great, and he was like, yeah, it went off. And I was like, look, man, like you can like it all you want, but that doesn't change the fact that it was not popular. It did not sell. You know, like the Hellfire Gala, like without even buying it, I was like, yeah, that's not something I'm interested in. I have no interest in reading about a fashion show, and I don't need to see another wedding, especially since they had Emma Frost marry Iron Man just for a gimmick. They had, like, no one's cared about a wedding since Jean Grey and Cyclops, right? Like, that was the last time anyone gave a shit about a wedding. But, like, we especially don't want, you know, like Mystique and Destiny here to get married. Like, no one cares.
No.
And, like, yes, I saw a comment earlier. I can't remember who said it, but someone said, oh, being a shapeshifter makes you trans now. And it's like, apparently being a shapeshifter makes you non-binary, which doesn't make any sense. Like, I went off my head about that in the video because non-binary is not even a thing. But, like, to say that it makes you trans is ridiculous. It's laughable because honestly, you don't, like, you know who you are, even if you're like, because in my mind, being a shapeshifter, it's always been they can disguise themselves. You know, like they don't like turn into this person, then all of a sudden they think they're that person. Like they know who they are the entire time. They're just in a disguise.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
to try and push this shit on people is just ridiculous.
They don't get their powers until they're a teenager anyway. So like they know whether they were a boy or a girl for like
they have an established identity by that time. Yeah.
Years. Yeah. Like and subscribe for Rachel Zegler Ghost Rider.
Rachel Zegler Ghost Rider. Oh yeah. Dean never grew up watching soap operas with his mum. No, actually, I did, awesome one. My mum has been watching Bold and the Beautiful since I was a little kid, and I know all about Ridge and Brooke and Taylor and all of their shit children. I know all about it. You can't, like, I know what they're into, but that doesn't mean that men are into that. Like, you know, the X-Men was never about that. You know, the X-Men, sure, it had some messages, you know, like messages of like acceptance and things like that. But it wasn't acceptance of like all this weird LGBT stuff. It was acceptance of like other cultures and like don't hate someone just because they're different than you and blah, blah, blah. But even then, earlier than that, it was only about the X-Men was an excuse for Stan Lee to have a bunch of superpowered characters and not have to worry about how they got their superpowers. He was like, oh, you know, like make it a mutation thing. It's like something that they grow into and they can't help it. So that he could have, you know, infinity amount of superheroes and not have to worry about where their powers all came from and not give every single one of them an origin. He's just like, yeah, they're mutants. Sweet.
Hey, Jason Black.
G'day, Jason Black. Welcome.
Oh, goodbye.
There are useful idiots helping the corporations demoralize everyone into being happy about accepting soulless AI creations. Yeah, you're probably right, Mo, honestly. Yeah, nobody wants to read the Hellfire Gala, straight up. Nobody. It was like there was one dude who said it was popular in my comments, and even I was just like, yeah, man, like you can like it, but you are one in a million. Most people didn't like it. It didn't sell well. You can't pretend it did because these are all like the numbers are all public. I even had one dude try to tell me that I didn't understand the data. I was like, here's all the numbers. You tell me how this is popular. And he's like, oh, you just don't get the data, bro. You're just an idiot. I'm like, prove me wrong, man. Instead of just calling me names, give me something that proves me wrong. You can't because I'm fucking right. Like, for real. There's a reason that all the old books are going up in sales. You know, the things that get Marvel just like keeping them in the green are people buying old trade paperbacks and stuff. Like, that's just how it is.
Oh, yeah. Because
that's where
the good
watch
stuff
them.
is.
Well, yeah, of course it is, man. Like, they haven't come close. Like, even since, you know, even when there was still good stuff, they've never come close to Jim Lee and Claremont's X-Men. Like, the 90s X-Men is just the shit. Straight up. It is the best shit ever. And people saying, like, you have people on Twitter all the time unironically saying that Magneto was right. That, if you knew, like, you are clearly not a fan. If you had ever read any of the books, you would know that Magneto is not right, and that's the point of Magneto. Like, Magneto is a bad guy, and he's the guy who was like, he was a victim in the war, and he was a good guy then, but then when he grew up, he just turned into the monsters that created him, and he has never been a good guy, and never should have been a good guy. Like, he's not right. He's about as far from right as it gets. There are books where he murders countless people, yeah? There was a thing where he was trying to turn people into mutants. Remember, they made it in one of the movies? But in the books, when he tried to turn people into mutants, more than half of them were dying, and he didn't care anyway. He killed untold millions of people, just unnamed, you know, like regular humans. He did not give a shit. Magneto is not right, and he never was right. Anybody saying that is just some edgy dickhead on Twitter.
Magneto wants genocide. No one in the right has ever wanted genocide.
Yeah, g'day, Akuma. Yeah, Magneto is insane. That's kind of that's what makes him such a great character, is because he went from being, oh, I can see his point, to, oh shit, you've gone way too far. Like, that's what makes Magneto so great, is that he is a complete, he's lost it over the years. You know, like, he was a victim at the start, but not anymore. You know, like, it was a long time. He was a child when he was, same thing with Killmonger. Yeah, exactly right. Same thing with Killmonger. Like, these characters have gone so far off the deep end that they're no longer good guys. And Magneto was definitely never right. Like, look it up on Twitter, yeah? Hashtag Magneto was right, and you'll find heaps of them. They unironically say this, and it's so fucking annoying. It really annoys me. Like, pop culture tourists And, like the mainstream fans are the worst thing that ever happened to comic books, not just X-Men, just comic books in general. Iron Man is one of the worst things to ever happen to comic book fandom as a whole. Just making the MCU mainstream, terrible idea, for real.
I get it, though. It made billions and billions of dollars.
It did make billions and billions of dollars, and it saved Marvel from bankruptcy, so I'll give them that much. But honestly, Magneto lived on an asteroid because he was going to nuke Earth. Yeah, the dude is out of his fucking mind. He was always a bad guy. He was absolutely insane since, that's why he's not next to Charles when they're building a school, he lost his shit and he was so fucking evil. He was killing people just, indiscriminately. He was just killing people left, right, and center. He didn't care. And that, you have people telling me that he's right. Get fucked. Tell me you've never read an X-Men book without telling me you've never read an X-Men book. Holy shit. Yeah, he never cared about his underlings or anything. Yeah, they were all just means to an end for him, Akuma. He literally barely, sure, he's probably traumatized and crazy from that. But that doesn't make him a good guy. That just makes him also a victim. He's a victim of his own hubris because he thinks that he's the only one with the answer. But he's out of his fucking mind. And that's why he was never on the X-Men until, the last decade, man. You can probably find examples of him on the X-Men now. But for real.
Magneto didn't even like his own son.
Magneto is one of my favorite villains. Yeah, I know everything about Magneto. And yeah, Magneto treated his own kids like shit. Even
not the one Polaris. He liked Polaris.
No, yeah, but he was always a strict, harsh father to Polaris. He was not nice to her. She was under very strict rules and she had to be the greatest, blah, blah, blah. But he was cruel as shit to Quicksilver.
Oh, yeah.
Cruel as shit to Scarlet Witch. He basically abandoned them. It doesn't matter.
It was abandoned them for a while.
Yeah, he did abandon them, yeah. But and that's why it was okay for them to be in the movies without Magneto, is because they literally had nothing to do with him anyway. And that was he just left them all to die. Who liked Magneto's son? Nobody, Mo. Nobody did. The fact of the matter is we liked Magneto, and Magneto was a tragic character with a tragic backstory, but that didn't make him any less insane. And that's the thing that I learned just from that X-Men video the other day, is that we are surrounded and possibly even outnumbered by just regular normies who don't know what they're fucking talking about. Their whole idea of Magneto is from the movies and shit like that. They never even watched the cartoons, let alone read the books. I like Quicksilver, but not as much as the Flash. I think Quicksilver has a stupid costume, the green with the silver lightning bolt. I don't like that at all.
Although the First Class one, Evan, what's his name?
Yeah, he's great. He is great. He's my favorite character in that movie. He's the best character in that movie, man. They had to get rid of him halfway through that movie because otherwise the movie was going to end in 15 minutes.
Yeah,
because he was way overpowered. But yeah, there's just, I could go on and on and on. I need to make a part 2 about X-Men 97 because the one writer I did speak about, there's also the voice actor for Morph and the actual showrunner, and they're all activists in disguise. It's actually really fucked up. And I could have made that video twice as long. So I'll get around to doing a part 2 of that really soon. And I definitely will be doing a review thing of it when it comes out. But this is just what has happened to the X-Men. I don't have the words to describe it because it was so easy for them to just say, oh, it's about acceptance. So it's about us and it's about LGBT shit and it's about this and that. And it's no, it never was about that though. It was about war crimes and racism, sure. But at the end of the day, it was really just an excuse for Stan Lee to create, infinite amount of superheroes without giving them origins.
Without having them get by a radioactive spider every time.
Exactly. I mean, how does Cyclops get his powers? What gives Cyclops his powers,
Portals to another dimension in his eyeballs.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, does he get bitten by a radioactive portal? You know, like, what happens to him? And that too, they don't even know that. They'll try to tell you that, oh, Cyclops's like eye beams will burn things. It's like, no, they won't. They legit aren't even hot. It's like being punched with a brick. They don't understand any of this stuff, and it triggers me, man. It really triggers me.
I haven't noticed.
I've got to make more videos about the X-Men, especially now that they're making like, you know, animated
97?
series, and
Yeah.
they'll be making a movie as well. Like, there'll be movies coming out sooner or later. So like, I'm gonna have to talk about the X-Men more in the future.
And
yeah, it's concussive force, exactly.
And where did Rogue's ass go?
Don't even get me started on that. If Rogue turns out to be trans, I'm gonna burn down my entire house. You won't, like, that's some bullshit. And that, because not only that, right? Gambit is my favorite X-Men. So if they turn Rogue trans, that means that Gambit is gay. And don't give me, oh, dating a trans woman doesn't make you gay. Yes, it fucking does, bro. The second anyone finds out your girlfriend's trans, they think you suck a dick. Right? Am I going off too much? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm losing it a little bit. I am losing it a little bit because X-Men 97 is so disrespectful. It is so disrespectful to not only the source material, but to the fans of the comics in the first place. You know, like, I have so many X-Men books, and now I just, like, I don't even want to read them, man. It's just, ugh.
Rogue will be a Lemu? What the fuck is that?
A lame-o?
Yeah, maybe it is lame-o.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Rogue will be terrible. Rogue will be terrible because Rogue was I said that in the video, you know, like, she was a sex symbol. Like, she was supposed to be super sexy because it kind of lent to the tragedy of her power set in the first place.
Yes.
You know, like, it's not about perving on Rogue at all. It's about the fact that, you know, she's beautiful, and so not only does she not get to touch people, but people would want to touch her and they can't. Like, it all just added up to the tragedy that is her power set.
Which has killed,
killed so many people.
Yes. Like, her first love in a hospital. Scared to death of her.
Exactly. Scared to death of her. Yeah, exactly. Live action Netflix. I've been talking about. I'm actually going to do a stream about that. Like, Ryan, Luna, everyone's asking me about that. Yeah, look, I'm actually going to do a stream about that because I have a lot of thoughts. Like, I can't fit that into a 10-minute video. Yeah, I'm going to have to go through every episode individually. There is, I've never seen such a unique mix of great stuff and absolutely dog shit garbage stuff together. You know, like, it's definitely better than M. Night Shyamalan's movie from years ago, but everything they changed isn't better than the cartoon, honestly. And, like, the stuff they added, like, the brand new stuff is pretty cool. Like, the stuff from 100 years ago. But
Mo says you skipped his super chat.
I can't receive super chats yet, Mo. What are you talking about? They should make him a... Shut up, Mo. What the fuck?
I agree. Really? Yeah. Gambit's your favorite character?
Gambit is... I've got the first appearance of Gambit on my... Like, up here right now. Like, it's not framed, but it's in a nice bag and everything. I never touch it because it's super expensive, probably. I mean, but yeah, I love Gambit. Gambit is by far my favorite X-Men. Followed by, like, Wolverine and Nightcrawler and stuff. But Gambit is the sickest.
No, Wolverine and Nightcrawler are the sickest.
No, Gambit is the sickest. Nightcrawler's a close second, I guess, but Wolverine is just too mainstream now, bro.
Yeah, well, I agree. It is too mainstream, but he's still, like, the best.
But yeah, the Avatar show, there's definitely a video about the Avatar show in my future because I have so much to say about that show. Did you know, anybody listening who's familiar with Avatar, yeah? For real? Yeah, Nightcrawler kicks ass. Honestly, he's always been one of my favorites.
Yeah, but Gambit's like a C-list X-Men at best.
Yeah, exactly. Gambit has swagger. Exactly right. The dude's smooth as fuck. He was like, you know, he knew Rogue was gonna kill him, and he's like, I don't care. Like, come here, Sherry. You know, like, he was was the best.
That's so lame, dude.
He was the best. Go fuck yourself.
He's C-list.
No, what C-list? He's an Omega level mutant. Go fuck yourself.
They're all Omega level mutants at this point.
No, they're not. Cyclops is hardly an Omega level mutant.
I thought I'm pretty sure he's Omega level with the whole portals in his eyes bullshit now.
No, because he can't. It's not like you can get sucked into his eyes. Like, it's not a portal like that. That dimension that his eyes lead to is just full of that concussive energy. But like, he's not an Omega level mutant. No way. Gambit becomes an Omega level mutant when he develops the ability to charge things up without touching them. Like, he can just look at it and like charge it up. That's when he became Omega level. Iceman is Omega level. Iceman's Omega level.
Iceman's Omega level, and he's queer as they come.
Yeah, come on, man. He had a trench coat. He was cool as shit, especially in the 90s.
You never
Gambit has a great design. Gambit honestly has a great design.
You never trust anyone in a trench coat, dude. Ever. Rule to live by.
Well, but anyway, what I was saying, what I was going to say before you interrupted me with your absolute dog shit opinion.
Quit agreeing with Eric Grant. Eric Grant he's the worst, dude.
No. But yeah, the Avatar, right? The live action one. This is one of those blink and you miss it things, yeah. But for anyone who doesn't know, there's a city called Omashu, right? And it's named after. There's this legend that the city was built, right, after these two lovers, a man and a woman, who were forbidden from seeing each other because their two villages were at war, and the mountain was between their village. So they'd go through all these caves and everything, and they'd meet up in secret and, like, love each other, like make out and all that shit, right? Anyway, one day the dude doesn't show up because he dies in this war, and then so the chick loses her shit and like demands that the war ends and everything, and she uses earthbending to stop them all. Yeah, they were the first earthbenders, right? And then they build this city called Omashu, which is Omar and Shu, their names together, in celebration of them, right? In the fucking live action Netflix series, this is a blink and you miss it thing, yeah? They made it so that Omar and Shu were a lesbian couple, and their forbidden love had nothing to do with a war. It had to do with the fact that they were lesbians and gay love was wrong. But and they mention it once.
But they mention it once. Shu is clearly a Japanese man's name.
Shu is basically John in Japanese. Like, it's a very common name in Japan for Asian dudes. But honestly, it's literally a blink and you miss it moment, but they refer to them both as she. And you're like, wait a minute. In the legend, like, what? And so, like, there's little things like that I'm gonna make a video. There's so much I need to talk about. Like, I have so many opinions on that, so don't worry. All right. Mo, this Avatar monologue is a good opportunity for me to watch D-Wag's new video. Okay, Mo, bye. I love you.
I'm sorry.
Exactly. They turned it into a secret scissor tunnel. It's honestly, you're not crazy. It's supposed to be a man and a woman. They changed it, and there's other things as well. There's honestly other little things like that they thought they could be fucking sneaky and like sneak it in behind us without us paying attention. But for real, like, I caught them red-handed, and I went back and I watched it again. I'm like, they did. There's like she and she. And then I went and checked the old thing just in case I was forgetting it wrong. Like, I was a kid, so maybe I just didn't, maybe I missed that when I was younger. Went back and watched the old animations, like the old legend, and I'm right. They fucking sex changed Omar and Shu so that it's lesbians now. They sex changed Shu. They left Omar as a chick. But like,
so what you're saying is, don't watch Avatar: The Last Airbender because it is woke.
No, I wouldn't call it woke. Like, it literally, calling it woke seems a bit unfair, but there's a lot of problems with that show. Like, as I said, it's such a unique blend of great stuff and just absolute terrible shit that I've never seen anything like it, honestly. I'm gonna have to make a video about it because there's just so much. I could make an hour-long stream about it, honestly.
Mo, don't leave me again with Dean and Eric Grant in here. They're trying to talk me into watching Avatar, and I will not have it.
You should, man. It's genuinely good. I've told Mo to watch it too.
Ugh, you're trying to drive Mo away, and I don't want
I'm back, and this Avatar is still at it. You have no idea, man. I'm so mad. There's things that just make no sense. And it's like, because of they thought they were making little changes, right? But then, like, these little changes will have huge repercussions in the future. Because they'll get to, they had the owl spirit just in the forest because he's an owl, I guess. But he's supposed to be guarding the library. So they're either never going to go to the spirit library, or they're going to go there. And then you're going to wonder what the fuck the owl was doing in the forest in the first season. But there's so many problems with it. They skip characters entirely. They They replaced Roku with a female avatar from before him because they wanted more girl power, which Kyoshi kicks ass, don't get me wrong, but she's not the avatar that's supposed to be there. There's so many problems with it. I am like, don't even get me started. There's so much wrong with it. I'm going to make a video about that for real.
I thought you were going to do a live stream because you couldn't make a video just about it.
Yeah, well, that's up. Like, me and Odin are going to do something. You know, whether or not it's a long-ass conversation and then I edit it all down, or it's a full-blown live stream. But we're going to do something about that because I want to go through every single episode, because some of it's really good, but a lot of it is really shit. Like, it's better than the M. Night Shyamalan movie, okay? But it's nowhere near as good as the cartoon. Like, that's my overall thing. It's probably like a 6.5 out of 10. Like, it could have been a lot better.
I don't trust you about M. Night Shyamalan.
Ryan's like, they switched Roku. Well, no, Roku's still there, but Aang spends a lot more time talking to Kyoshi than he does Roku, for no reason other than they wanted strong woman there. And they kind of turned the Kyoshi Island into like a weird pseudo Amazon princess island. Like, it's really weird. Yeah, it's honestly no wonder that the original creators left, honestly. Like, they said creative differences. I know why now.
You can't disrespect Roku. That's madness, brother.
That's madness, brother. Exactly, Mo. You're being sarcastic, but you're right, man, for real. So there's a lot of things, like, they stuffed all of the spirits into one episode, even if it doesn't make sense. But yeah, for real. Have you already watched The Legend of Korra in the comic book version? Yes, I have. I like the animation in Legend of Korra, but the story is nowhere near as good as the original. Yeah, and did you know they're making a new one as well? That they're doing an Earthbender in a cyberpunk dystopia sort of thing. Like, it's a whole thing. Like, there's a lot more coming out. There'll be a lot of Avatar videos in my future. Don't worry about that. Save it for the live stream and make sure you put it in the title. I will, Sumo. Don't worry. So I can go out and do something. Fuck you.
Oh.
Yeah, the dog shit girl power last 2 episodes. Yeah, exactly. Aang doesn't even waterbend in this. The whole first season, it's called water because he's supposed to learn waterbending, and he doesn't even waterbend. There's so much wrong with it, right? Like, there's a lot of good stuff, but there's so much bad stuff. So, like, I'm gonna have to do a full blown thing all about it, and Odin will be there with us. Don't worry. No, that's a movie. That's an animated movie, Akuma. There's an animated movie coming out of, like, young adult Aang and the gang. That's something different as well, because there's a new thing called Avatar Studios where they're working on like 10 different projects. The more Avatar videos Dean makes, the less of his videos I have to feel guilty about not watching. Just go watch my X-Men videos, Mo. You'll like them, I swear. They're really good. 4,000 views on one of them already. But yeah, X-Men is gay now, and I have a lot of mixed feelings about Avatar. Don't even get me started. So
I'm just going to say Avatar is gay now too.
Earthbender, airbender, genderbender. This stream has a common theme. Yeah, it does, Sumo.
There's a lot of bending going on.
Yeah. I'll definitely do reviews on X-Men 97 as well. Like,
yeah.
That is going to trigger the shit out of me for sure. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that's going to piss me off. So yes, we definitely will do reviews about that as well.
Yeah, I'm totally going to hate watch X-Men 97. And, like, don't get me wrong, I loved the 90s X-Men cartoon. Like, the first 4 seasons were fantastic. The 5th season we don't talk about, but
I like it all. But I was 12 when it came out, so I have a lot of nostalgia for that show.
Yeah, but the 5th season's so fucking terrible.
But no, you're supposed to watch all of my videos because we're friends. If we're really friends, you're going to be watching all of my videos and you'll like all of them and leave a comment just for the algorithm. Everything is LGBT now. You can't escape it. That's half my fucking problem, Akuma. Like, honestly, I never used to care. I honestly never cared. It's like, you go be gay, bro. I don't care. But now you're just shoving it down my throat. It's fucking annoying. Like, I know a couple of gay dudes that straight up, you think I talk shit about the LGBT community. I know a couple of gay dudes in real life that fucking hate them. Like, you've never heard such bigoted shit in your entire lives coming out of anyone else's mouth other than, like, my 2 gay mates. And they're getting married. They fuck each other's dicks.
Yeah,
they hate these people.
Comment our Luniverse. Okay, X-Men, other than the 90s. Yeah, Wolverine and the X-Men was a good
Wolverine
show.
and the X-Men was sick. Wolverine and the X-Men was sick. I have like a DVD that's shaped like Wolverine's head. It's fucking sick.
And I also dug Days of Future Past movie. I know. It doesn't.
I like Days of Future. No, I like Days of Future Past. That's a good movie. It's a good movie.
It was a good movie. It didn't follow the storyline, but it was still a good movie.
Yeah. Am I going to make a comparison between the comics and the series? If there is anything that is supposed to be a direct translation, I will. But odds are it's just going to be shit that they make up themselves. So there will be no book version of all of this weird crap that they're going to introduce, for sure. No deal. I'll just keep posting the link in Bancroft's chat. I appreciate you, man. Yeah. Days of Future Past was a good movie. It was fun. It was nothing like the comic book, but it was still a good movie.
First Class was pretty good too.
First Class was all right, but why did they give Kitty Pryde the ability to send Wolverine back in time? That's not even similar to her powers.
No, she in the comic book, she was the one that got sent in the past.
Yeah, exactly. But they only did that to Wolverine because Wolverine was so popular and they wanted him in the movie.
Yes, true.
Why they did that, yeah. But either way, I literally just went off my head for half an hour. We're going to end the stream just because it's probably for the best.
It is.
Let me find something. I will find us a really cool song because I have all the good songs, remember?
Well,
we'll find something good.
You played two of the worst songs I've ever seen. I thought we were here to talk about China.
No. We don't talk about China. That's that's exactly what I told you. We don't talk about China anyway. But where do we get? I don't think I'm going to be able to find it because I've just lost track of them all. But there's probably something. Let me just scroll through my liked videos.
I was going to say you are the man who has every fucking weird song ever on.
Yeah, I have some of the worst stuff ever. I really do. Let's go to my saved playlists. We'll pick one. 80s. I probably have something 80s. Let's have a look. Back to the Future remix? You want to hear, or do you want to hear Ghostbusters? Or Indiana Jones? Or Die Hard? No, it's not Christmas. We're not doing Die Hard.
Yeah.
Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, or Indiana Jones?
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters?
And Eric Grant, I fucking love you. I don't care.
Why? What did Eric Grant say? G'day, Chris. You came here right at the end. Yeah, go back an hour and listen to me just rage for a bit. Video game stream when? Whenever you want, Felix. I can do a video game stream whenever. Because I have lots of video games that I need to play. Yeah, and we'll do Ghostbusters. Share screen. This is also... Go subscribe to Eclectic Method. Because these guys have some ridiculous remixes, yeah? This is where I get half of the remixes from. Not all of them, just some of them.
Hello. No.
Good evening.
We're the Ghostbusters.
Ray. Dr. Stance. Ray.
You can hear that, right?
Dr. Venkman. I'm Peter Venkman. I'm Peter. Dr. Venkman.
Gun.
Yes.
You got gun.
Goodbye, everyone. Like and subscribe for Ghostbusters.
Winston Zeddem.
Take care.
We haven't had a completely successful test. This is wearing an unlicensed...
Even you, Eric Grant, and your shitty taste in movies.
I think we have an excellent chance of actually catching a ghost.
Light is green, rapid swing.
And where do you put these ghosts?
Light is green, rapid swing. Ghost is incarcerated here.
High voltage laser containment. Turning it off would be like...
Oh, yay, Sumo's here!
Shit happens. Someone has to deal with it. And who are you going to call?
Are you troubled by strange noises in the middle of the night?
Experience feelings of dread in your face.
Ever seen a spook, specter, or ghost?
And who are you going to call?
We're the Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. We're the Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters.
We're the Ghostbusters.
Pop the marshmallow man. Don't cross the stream. Don't cross the stream. Would be bad. Don't cross the stream. Don't cross the stream. Extraordinarily bad. Cross the stream. Don't cross the stream. Would be bad. Don't cross the stream. Don't cross the stream. Extraordinarily bad. Cross the stream. Don't cross the stream. Would be bad. Don't cross the stream. Don't cross the stream. Extraordinarily bad. Cross the stream. Don't cross the stream. Would be bad. Don't cross the stream. Don't cross the street.
Who was the minion of Gozer?
Gozer the traveler. Gozer was.
I'm afraid of